So now let's break down the comparison between ABC and ABM with a few components. So the full form of ABC is activity-based costing, while the full form of ABM is activity-based management. So ABC focuses on to identify the causal relationship of cost drivers to activities. The main focus of ABM is to manage activities of various business enterprises. So the relationship between ABC and ABM is that ABC is a component of ABM, while ABM consists of ABC as a subcategory. There are few practical applications in both of these systems. ABC has a practical application in analyzing the cost per activity. ABM has a practical application in analyzing the profits and losses of each of these activities. So, the main goal of ABC is to manage the accounting of an enterprise, while the main goal of ABM is to manage the financial accounts of enterprise.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aisyatul Iman binti Ali Hassan. My metric number is 307054. Now, I want to explain about how activity-based costing ABC and activity-based management ABM work together. But at this point, I will only focus at ABC provide the data and ABM drive the decision. ABC is a costing method that will assign costs more accurately based on many aspects. It will give us the most specific data and information about the product, service, and customer. While ABM will take place at the next step, which is ABM will take the ABC data to make any decision for production and company. For example, ABM can improving in efficiency, reducing costs, and increasing customer value, and many more, just use the ABC data provided. Just now, I just said that ABC will provide the data and ABM will drive the decision, right? So now, I want to explain about how ABC provide the good data for the company. In the past, many companies use the traditional costing system to provide their data. The traditional costing system is so complicated and required time consuming to provide it. So, activity-based costing (ABC) fix this by tracking the cost of the specific activity. To calculate ABC, we only need two estimations, which is cost per time unit for resources and the time equation. Time equation refers to an estimate of how long a task or activity take time to finish. These two inputs will allow us to assign cost to a product or services more accurately. It also shows us the unused capacity, like when resources are underutilized, revealing the potential of saving an area for better planning. This means by providing the ABC data, manager don't just get the cost data, but they also get actionable insight on where money and time actually going. We move to the next part. After ABC data provided, now I want to explain about how activity-based management ABM use the ABC data to make or drive the decision. ABM will use the ABC data to make decisions like optimize the operation and guide strategy. From this information, manager can decide to adjust service level, improving the pricing, or redesign the processes to eliminate inefficiency. ABM also support broader decisions like outsourcing, redesigning a workflow, or prioritizing profitable segments. So, we move from just tracking costs to actively managing performance and aligning resources with value-creating activities. So, the conclusion, activity-based costing (ABC) will provide company with the accurate and the detailed cost data. Instead of relying on the assumption or broad average, it uses the real-time estimate and time equation to reflect how resources are actually consumed. This clear visibility into cost is powerful, but it's only the beginning. When we apply activity-based management ABM, we move beyond just knowing the cost. We begin to questioning, analyzing, and improving some part in the production. ABM help us to make decisions from the ABC data, like how to allocate resources, which customer need to prioritizing, or where we can eliminate the waste.
So today we'll explore how activity-based management ABM leverage activity-based costing ABC to analyze customer and product profitability, particularly in SME, textile and clothing industry. You see, ABM leverages ABC data for profitability analysis. ABC, which is the traditional costing, often allocates overhead or utility, for example, like the labor hours, which can distort product costs. However, ABC traces cost to specific activities like machine setups, quality checks, or order processing, and then assigns them accurately to product or customer based on actual resource usage. While activity based management, ABM, takes all the data that we get from ABC and uses it for strategic decision making. This answers questions like which customers are most profitable, which product drains more resources. By analyzing these activities, ABM helps optimize operations and pricing. So, we will look at three main points under the customer product and profitability analysis. The first one will be customer profitability analysis. The second one would be product profitability analysis, and the third one is strategic decision making in my example, which is the SME textiles. So, customer profitability analysis. What we have to understand is that not all customers are equally profitable. Some may bring in high sales but demand excessive support while making them less profitable. See, here's how ABM uses ABC to assess this. First, ABM uses ABC to identify profitable versus unprofitable customers. ABC tracks cost per customer by analyzing activities like order handling, delivery, and after sales services. For example, let's take a small retail store. Placing frequent customized orders may cost more to serve than a bulk buyer with standardized demands. ABC reveals hidden losses here. So the next one would be cost to serve analysis. You see, this analysis examines all activities tied to serving a customer, such as order processing. It doesn't matter if it's manual or automated, shipping and logistic, and it doesn't matter if it's express or the standard one. And the last one is customer support. It doesn't matter if it's for returning or complaints handling. You see, in SME textiles, we can discover or might discover that clients demand rush orders, incur high costs, reducing net profitability. The next point would be product profitability analysis. See, this is very similar to the customer profitability analysis, but not all products contribute equally to profits. ABC helps to uncover the real margins. So the first one is that ABC helps to produce accurate product costing. You see, traditional costing might allocate factory overheads evenly, but ABC assign cost based on actual activities. You see, for example, a high maintenance textile like SME design requiring frequent machine setups and quality checks will have higher costs than a simple mass produced item. So the next one would be this will this ABC and ABM helps to identify high or low margin products. You see, ABC reveals the star products or the products that are in high demand and use low resources consumption. This equals to strong profitability. The next one, ABC also reveals that the loss of leaders. You see, low pricing plus high activating costs will automatically mean that they are facing losses. For instance, a UK clothing SME might find that the budget t-shirts have slim margins after accounting for dyeing or and stitching costs. Now let's look into the strategic decision making in SME textiles and clothing industry. You see, ABM really helps. an organization or a business or a company to use these questions to take their business to another level. See, the first one is because ABM helps them to allocate resources accordingly. You see, ABM guides where to invest and how to invest. For example, investing in high margin products or loyal customers identified via ABC. And the second one is process improvement. You see, ABM helps an organization or business to pinpoint non value added activities. For example, the activities that have excess inventory handling or rework. This will eventually increase costs and waste. So, ABM helps a company to cut the waste. You see, in summary, ABM uses ABC to transform raw cost data into actionable insights. You see, from this example, this is very clear that SME uses ABM and ABC as well. For SME in textiles and clothing, this means accurate profitability tracking for customers and products. SME can understand true profitability at customer and product levels. And in the next one, SME also can optimize their pricing, production, and customer strategies. This will help them for long term because they can manage their resources and profits in a good way. By adopting ABC and ABM, SME moves from one point to another point in a very successful way. Thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Izia Bintikan Mazalis Matrix 308237. Today we'll be diving into the powerful relationship between activity-based costing ABC and activity-based management ABM and how this combination when strategically aligned can drive firm performance. We'll focus on key insights from a landmark 2011 study by Kip Crumweed and Shannon Charles, which explored how the joint use of ABC and ABM impacts companies that follow specific competitive strategies. Let's begin with ABC, activity-based costing. ABC is an accounting method that assigns overhead costs to products and services based on activities required to produce them. Instead of lumping all indirect costs into a generic overhead category, ABC identifies cost drivers like machine hours, cell timers, or customer service calls, providing a clear picture of where resources are truly consumed. This more accurate costing supports better pricing, budgeting, and strategic decision making. Well, activity-based management, or ABM, takes the data from ABC and uses it to improve business process and strategy. It helps managers ask critical questions. Which activities add value? Which one waste resources? Which products or customers are profitable or not? ABM transfers raw data into actionable insight, helping organizations reduce costs, enhance efficiency, and align operations with broader goals. Though ABC and ABM have been around since the 1980s, studies have shown mixed results about the impact on performance. Some found positive financial outcomes, while others showed no clear advantage. What Cromwell and Charles wanted to know was, do firms that align ABC and ABM with their competitive strategies, like customer service or low price, actually perform better than their peers? Spoiler alert, yes, they do, but only when used correctly and with the right strategic fit. The researchers surveyed over 1,100 U.S. firms and analyzed responses for 264 valid cases. They classified firms based on three strategic priorities: customer service, low price, and flexibility. Then they looked at how ABC and ABM practices interacted with these strategies and whether performance outcomes like profitability, product quality, and process efficiency improved. The first key finding: firms that focus on customer service and also use ABC and ABM perform significantly better than those who didn't. These firms were able to identify the real cost of serving for customers, use that data to improve service delivery, focus on the most profitable customer segments. Additionally, when paired with quality information systems, the performance gains were even stronger, especially in profitability and customer satisfaction. Next, the low price strategy first. These companies aim to beat competitors by being cost efficient. When they used ABC and ABM, the profitability improved, but only when combined with high quality information systems from budgeting practices, also called activity based budgeting. Those tools help them identify waste, streamline operations, and manage resources with precision. Without this integration, ABCM had little effect. Now, what about firms focusing on flexibility? Those that thrive on innovation, customization, and rapid change. Interestingly, ABCM only helped when combined with flexible manufacturing practices such as just-in-time, JIT production, team-based structures. ABC helped these companies understand and improve complex processes, but alone it wasn't enough. The conclusion: ABCM is an enabler, not a miracle worker. Another critical finding: for firms without a clear competitive strategy, no strong emphasis on cost leadership, customer service, or flexibility, ABCM had no significant performance benefits. In a short, strategy matters. Tools like ABC and ABM are powerful, but they must be used within a coherent framework. Let's say you manage a nationwide delivery company focused on superior customer service. With ABC, you analyze the costs of same day deliveries, route optimization, and customer support. Then, using ABM, you improve these processes, drop low value services, enhance offerings for premium clients, charge more accurately based on actual costs. The result: happier customers, higher margins, a stronger position in the market. Here's the key takeaway: ABC gives clearer cost information. ABM turns the information into strategic action. When both are aligned with a well-defined strategy, they drive real performance gain. Whether you're aiming to be the lowest cost provider or the best at customer service, aligning tools with strategy is essential. In conclusion, the study by Cromweed and Charles offers strong empirical evidence. Firms that use both ABC and ABM and align them with strategy significantly outperforms those that don't. It's a lesson in synergy. Tools matter, strategy matters more. But the real power lies in combining the two. Thank you for joining me in exploring this important relationship between ABC and ABM. I hope it helps you think more critically about how cost information and strategic management can work together to create value. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kishantini Balasubramaniam, matrix number 305720. Today, I will be discussing the vital relationship between activity based costing, which is ABC, and activity based management, ABM. This relationship is core to understanding how organization can improve profitability and operational efficiency, especially in today's complex business environment. For this discussion, I will be reviewing an article entitled "Is ABC and ABM Implementation is the Solution for Organization to Gain Profits?" Now, let's examine some of the key limitations or challenges associated with traditional costing methods. First, traditional cost systems often lead to inaccurate cost allocation to products and services. So these systems typically distribute overhead costs evenly or based on simplistic metrics such as direct labor hours or machine hours, which do not accurately reflect the true consumption of resources by different product or services. So, this inaccuracy can mislead management decision, whereby when the products are given distorted cost figures, decision related to pricing, product mix, and discontinuation may be flawed, leading to a suboptimal profitability. Finally, because of this misallocation, there will be a risk of overcosting or undercosting offerings. Some products may appear more expensive than they truly are, discouraging sales, and it can also be very discourageable for the production, while others might be very cheaper and leading to a pricing that doesn't cover the actual cost or erodes the margin of the product and services. Next, let's explore the key benefit that organization can realize by adopting ABC and ABM. First, ABC allows for precise cost training to specific products and customer. Unlike traditional system, ABC identifies the actual activity that drives cost, ensuring that each product or customer is assigned cost based on the resources they genuinely consume. This detailed costing enables better pricing and product decision. Managers can set prices that accurately reflect costs, determine which products or services are truly profitable, and also identify areas for diversification or discontinuation. Furthermore, with insight from ABC and ABM, organization can target process improvement and achieve significant cost saving. By understanding which activities add value and which do not add value, companies can also eliminate waste, streamline operation, and improve efficiency. Finally, implementing ABC and ABM fosters an enhanced competitive advantage. With accurate data and strategic insights, companies are better equipped to respond to market demands, optimize resource use, and make informed decisions that support long term growth. While the benefits of ABC and ABM are compelling, it is important to recognize that implementing these systems comes with a certain challenges. First, high setup and data collection costs can be a major obstacle. Establishing a detailed activity based system requires significant investment in time, resources, and personnel to get accurate data and configure the system properly. Second, the complexity of these systems can be daunting. Designing and maintaining ABC and ABM require a true understanding of organizational process, and managing the complexity can be time consuming and may necessitate extensive training. Third, there can be a resistance from staff and management. Change often creates uncertainty, and employees or managers accustomed to traditional methods may be hesitate to adopt new systems, fearing increased workload or skepticism about the benefits. Addressing these challenges require careful planning, strong leadership, and effective change management strategy to ensure successful implementation. Successfully implementing ABC and ABM system hinges on several critical factors that ensure their effectiveness and sustainability. First, strong leadership and organizational support are vital. Senior management should be committed to the initiative, actively championing the system, and fostering a culture that values data driven decision making. Second, continuous training and ongoing communication are essential. As these systems are complex and evolve over time, regular education helps staff to understand their purpose and proper use, promoting user engagement and system accuracy. Third, integration with modern IT and analytics tools enhance system capabilities. Leveraging advanced software, automation, and data analytics enables more rapid and increased insights, making ABC and ABM more practical and scalable. Looking ahead, the future of ABC and ABM involves harnessing big data as organizations collect vast amount of information. Analyzing this data streams will provide deeper insight into customer behavior, operational efficiency, and market trends, shaping more strategic decisions. In conclusion, ABC and ABM are closely interconnected. ABC provides the detailed, accurate cost insight that ABM uses to drive strategic improvement. Together, they form a powerful approach helping organizations understand their true costs and manage their resources more effectively. This article concludes that implementing this system can be significantly enhance competitiveness and profitability when executed truly. Thank you.
So, non value added activities. What exactly is that? Non value added activities are actions that do not increase the product or services worth from the customer perspective. So, there are a few examples. The first one is under manufacturing. Under manufacturing, we have rework, which is fixing the defects or mistakes in products. This would increase the time and the cost consumed, but there are no added values to the customer. Another one is excess motion, which the workers will be moving unnecessarily to get the goods or the materials. This will increase the time wasted and reduce the productivity. Next up is under services. So under services, we have duplicate paperwork, which involve filling up the same form multiple times and entering data manually. This will cause time consuming and unnecessary time being consumed. And next up is long wait times. This is where the customer will be waiting in line for a bit too long to get the approval. This will increase the poor services experience to the customer without any value. So why does all of this actually matters? So these activities use up the company resources like labor, time and materials, but they don't actually increase the final outcome. They instead increase the operating costs, they slow down the process, they hurt the customer satisfaction, and most importantly, they reduce the overall profitability. So, so next up, I'm going to talk about ABC highlights inefficiency. So I've divided it into two, which is how ABC works and the common findings. So I will go through the how ABC works first. So the first one is breaks operation into specific activities. This means that ABC doesn't just look at the departments of the product. It also overlooks the individual activities that happen within the company itself. For example, in a delivery service, the activities might include taking customer orders, packing items, or shipping packages. Next up is assign cost based on resource usage. So it means that ABC assigns costs to activities based on how much they actually use company resources, time, labor, materials, or equipment. And traditional costing might just divide costs evenly or use broad averages, but ABC is much more precise. For example, if picking more manpower and time are taking orders, therefore, it will be assigned to a higher cost under ABC. And next up is reveal costly low value process. So it means that when each activity is broken down and costed properly, ABC can show which ones are expensive for the little value that they add. For example, imagine you discover that updating order status emails cost 5,000 a month, but the customer rarely check them. So that's costly and low value process. So next up, I'm gonna go to common findings, which is under ABC analysis. The first one is overpriced service delivery steps. This means that some services steps cost too much compared to the value that they provide. For example, a bank charge a lot for a manual account opening that takes 3 days, but the customer prefer a faster and more online system. Next up is bottleneck in order fulfillment. So this means that ABC may reveal that certain activities slow down the whole process, therefore delaying service or product delivery. For example, in a warehouse, if labeling takes a bit too long, all other tasks are delayed. ABC identifies the bottleneck as costly delay point. Next up is repeated approvals or excessive inspection. This means that sometimes processes are too bureaucratic or overly controlled, like needing multiple approvals or double checks. For example, if a document needs to be reviewed by 4 managers instead of 1, ABC show this step is time consuming and a bit expensive, but it's not always necessary. Next up, I'm going to talk about ABM eliminates or improve these activities. So, ABM, which stands for Activity Based Management, it means that it uses the cost and efficiency data from ABC to make smart business decision. This is where ABC shows what's wrong and ABM decides what to do about it. For the first one is how ABM can be improved in operation. The first one is streamline workflow. This means that ABM looks for ways to make processes faster and simpler, removing unnecessary steps. If customers complain to go through 5 departments before it being solved, ABM might reduce it into 2, which will save the time and reduce the confusion. Next up is redesigning inefficiency process. This means that some activities aren't just too long, but they are designed poorly. ABM suggests new ways to do the same job with much more less effort and cost. For example, it will be manually entering customer orders or redesigning the process with a digital form that sends the data directly to the system. Next up is automates repetitive tasks. It means that ABM can replace manual repeated tasks with software or machine to save time and money. For example, Rather than just entering invoice data by hand, the company can instead install an automated system that does it manually and reduce errors, therefore freeing up the staff. Next up is outsource low value activities, meaning that if an activity is necessary but doesn't add any value, ABM may outsource it to another company that can do it with much more cheaper price. For example, a company can outsource printing and mailing invoices, which cost them much more less than doing it in-house. So, in real life example, we can see in Malaysia is that a Malaysian logistic company may use ABC to find that their manual order processing was too costly and slow. ABM will recommend a digital order management. After implementing it, they reduce order errors and processing time by over 35%. This will show that how much ABM uses ABC's insight to take their meaningful action.